the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Alright, for more comment from Nsem-Pii TV. So, Kwamena Duncan, wasaba, penyin din Nsem-Pii abetu na efa Chief Justice Torkonoo ene imenu na Nsem say suspended maame no free rule a plan say position owo Supreme Court as Chief Justice of Ghana. And I say suspended every honum acting CJ Aba. Na Kwamena Duncan say Odwene no bi ho onte ase say NDC amanyokuo no titiro ne His Excellency John Dramani Mahama omo ye maame no saa na amama maame no say odi yawo ewo ne mu say baby a watimi akora no ho wabra babedu pempenso ati say niama no position say na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama epese or finding ways and means kwatikwa bi so na oye no yi maame ni free hono na ode ono na nkasa the judges and as justice chief justice eba we nam suma maame no say onam ECOWAS court ne ade hwe say obeji eye na djuma ye de esi hono san say wa bre na wonya eye saa ejuma no se mo hwe do compese wo siw ebo sika twitwiri die san say enim kwasiye ana mode ye de eka oni na busua Kwamena Duncan adiyai afa history mu from 1959 1960 judicial process afa JP Duncan say o make reference be pre and be see chief justice de no so atifo Kwamena Duncan Nsem-Pii na tudwa momekuku tie ne nchiremu ene to atoto bi amane NDC amane kontitiru ene His Excellency John Dramani Mahama
Chief Justice Gertrude Araba Isaba Saki Torkonoo Okoda machine kwende mama na want to tungu Nsem Dana 1959 Obama Bafo Akoto na 7 others wachire ho oye legal notification Minister of the Interior Nkumsa signing on behalf of the Governor General under Preventive Detention Act. Wachire ho 1959, I think November 10th or so. Order na Governor General Opashema, Minister of the Interior signing. Now the order was meant for them to be detained for the first instance for 5 years, which is subject to variation and all of that. What did you when you court? First High Court, and then to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court, I just say Basan Kase no what do. Kosa CJ, na Valari and Akumi JJSC. Kosa CJ na other court na no some other by na oya aban na nem gire ya beng oya boy koko United Kingdom Kwame Nkrumah ne Attorney General impo gina muzema Bafo Akoto 700 here oya chiche wachi dankwa JB dankwa na JB dankwa na za ojina do wo court ndon wa da room amunka kete mfomo ojina court ado ojina do catch court
na ubewe na otami asan
onsan No is now as answer. Answer cry. That that the powers of government, this is Article 13(1) of the 1960 Constitution. Watching 1959, the judicial process. In Torkonoo today, we have now made for ourselves a constitution. We have entered 1960 and we have now adopted the constitution. And the constitution then was the supreme law of the land. And we had, as part of the provisions of the constitution, Article 13. Now, JB Danko that the powers of government spring from the will of the people and should be exercised in accordance therewith. That freedom and justice should be honored and maintained. That the Union of Africa should be striven for by every lawful means, and when attained, should be faithfully preserved. That the independence of Ghana should not be surrendered or diminished on any grounds other than the furtherance of African unity. That no person should suffer discrimination on grounds of sex, race, tribe, religion, or political belief. That chieftaincy in Ghana should be guaranteed and preserved. That every citizen of Ghana should receive his fair share of the produce yielded by the development of the country. And more critically, that subject to such restrictions as may be necessary for preserving public order, morality, or health, no person should be deprived of freedom of religion, of speech, of the right to move and assemble without hindrance, or of the right of access to court of law. 13(1) or 1990 is the constitution. They didn't have the Bill of Rights. In the the entire constitution, it was some close semblance to the Bill of Rights. In the JB Dankwa no ni adze kasibi original other than this. In making argument on the basis of Article 13(1), the Constitution each other, mama yimpa bia o ya Ghana yi. On parallel there, selling yan shake just for law and order, just for law and order. Apart from one, yimpa bia o do yan found to be able to move, liberty of movement of all of those. That render comprehensively that capture on the Bill of Rights, chapter 5. In court now small kind there. This is a mere declaration, and it is akin, comparable to coronation oath. Or them so, and that for them it is not justiciable. Nana, we lawyers, na Western law. So, or faculty more can in constitutional law. What's the judge say, Basin? Judge say, Basin. Or ye Costa CJ, or ye Valari and Akiomi JJSC. The mood decision our five. So, or ye law school or Ghana. Description what the Mohone. They showed timidity. They were timorous souls. Law school, sir, or catch a these are the descriptions that law lectures. Remember?
Your time now, sorry. Just wrap it up on this one. After young substantive issue.
Yes. Intimate came back to there. And there, Nana, this is very critical in the things which are going on against the Chief Justice. Now, we're free in the Chief. I offer peace. Mo, I do a year war a mining year na mining say na ne kankwen. What the room? Na I'm a member keke. Oh here papa the record will be part of your documents and your audio bank. And then your constitutional our Bill of Rights. Huh? But mabo kobia lawyers back at you there. Sir court tena na se wode obi ba court na se wa ma no kwan ma se nyimpa no we nte na oye a natural justice there, you hear both sides. Or Jimmy, our friend, or Latin, or any, or the Trump pattern. And see, or your fundamental say it deny Obi of his natural right or natural justice. No matter what you may have come to, even if you had allowed him the opportunity to make his point, and that the decision was going to be against him, the fact that you did not allow him make that point, you did not hear him out, and no matter the decision you make, it will be null and void. Chief Justice Kwamena Nana, you can say, also process no or kodo what often in Cameron. Ne natural justice, ne a fanwuja constitution is that man what do. And yet today, we are told by the court that it is a matter which is in camera. My understanding of justice in there, wherever there's life, justice extends its tentacles there. Wherever. But my justice in one or other, it is vegetative and it is dead place. But we are told, in these circumstances there, it is in camera. In fact, the High Court, by its decision 2 or 3 days ago, affirmed this in camera. We also saw it in the Supreme Court decision. I think one of the interlocutory decisions also as also in camera. I leave it here. Now, Mama Kacha about paying Gertrude Araba Esaba Saki Torkonoo. The one you make on whom Mamma when you want to tune to win some da. Nachi, and also weighing with him, Pimpima weighing with you. I buy over 40,000. Nana Woguda, won with you, Woguda, you didn't record. They say, we pay buy. I'm told there was a directors or transfer from left, right, center and promoting rather juniors to take their positions. That's what is happening. In fact, Neda, oh yeah, we're minority spokesperson on agriculture and cocoa affairs or something. Now small kind they say what is happening at cocoa board. Oh yeah, why we pay? I am young so, but no quite so the ono on young some. In Nsem-Pii over 40,000 are buying by Washu Wejuma. We will continue to solidarize with them. Two men know you want to. No more the ma buy. When you mean Mugufe. I saw your phone painful. The very special top, the very top, the echelon, highest top, where you win oil from the major generals right through to the lieutenant general. What's that win? They are all home. I can see. Na ye went the man. Nana, what the room? Anamoni I shall see you to do as a political party. Ye do Onyiminyamofo Kwame. Nana. Oba di da yimpa do Ghana entity ya de mahamba ye bo hu da hamba wo show a certain public decency okita nanyi bonyam onu onyi da yedre ma amagana fo already na ngasa nusun wa acha dada as vice president how he carried himself enti Inya yawa upper east, upper west, northeast, savannah, northern region, Ashanti, Bono east, Bono Ahafu eastern, central, western, Oti, Volta, western north. Ha, na police station, pim, constituency, region. Inya says ya, oh yeah, amendments ayabakawina. Let us speak with one loud voice. Oya Owura Bawumia on 31st January 2026. Na me wenda man in the nche papa yi na aka sewe nti me bo me de taw na Kwamena the say say no Charles why of a special friend of the cocoa farmer. That's what you were telling me. Oh, now so yeah, you told me before we came here. And then I made that. Oh, Kwamena, you told me that you are a special friend.
It's a maintenance and Matthew on cocoa.
No. What I intend doing in the Nsem-Pii. No, madam.
And 3 minutes never from
3 minutes. 3 minutes. Mudu before 5 o'clock. My baba, what about the mother? My baba, 10 minutes on this big your big platform. No, I am. Look, Nene, and I could see that interview I Randy, and what a crampo, and yet thou classroom.
I didn't know that.
No one said, I could not it's because question or crown was the same question. It's the same question. It's not the man was talking, but he was not being heard. Look, Nana, it will be best. So, Ritema, Ora Randy, Sir Ritema, it will be best you stop this public jump from one radio to one television. Stop it. You are rather adding more salt to the injury of the farmer, of the cocoa farmer. You are adding more salt to it. You are adding more salt to it. Don't continue further any attempt sophistry to want to justify. This is what I call a scam. Nana, it's a complete scam. So, Obia and the finance minister, Obia and the agric minister. Shekwafu, from one constituency to the other, all throughout the cocoa growing regions. Shekwafu na kacha hode. Enya and this for Monshahe. Na Ekufuado na banya owo abem sesiare. Mori yeyimu de so kokoton cocoa na. Oyeda oye musika. Those were his words. Oye musika. Aban Ekufuado na ban oye mekwafu musika. That so kotoba mbubunun